On my birthday, August 21st last year, I woke up, family was busy other things, expecting family coming from out of town. So I decided to go to the YMCA to just work out. And I then noticed that, gee, things seemed a little foggier on the way, but I didn't think much about it. Thought, well, it's too early, I'm sleepy yet. Came back, cleaned up the house, fixed supper, and when my family showed up at supper time, they were all like this. And I thought, this is not good. I had a seasonal the next morning at the tennis courts, and I didn't tell my wife. My family were all still sleeping. I went off to the tennis thing, got to the course with my 3 other guys, and said, let's just hit the ball rolling. I don't think I'm seeing right. And on my way to the courts, I noticed that there were a lot of lanes on my way to the short trip. And when I closed one eye, there was just the 2 lanes. I parked, went in, we started hitting the ball back. I hit one ball to them and 2 balls came back. And I didn't know which one hit. And I said, this is not safe. I'm done here. I'm seeking medical attention. Then I went to an ophthalmologist, and when I talked to them, they immediately said, oh, you got 6-nerve palsy. I don't know how it happened, but this is the issue. That's why I have double vision. I said, what do I do about it? Well, it could go away, in 30 weeks or not. What do I do about it? I don't think there's anything you can do about it. Really? I don't accept that kind of answer. And so I called my optometrist again. Again, they looked at it and said, you're double vision, but we know of this place that right now is called Children's Vision and Learning Center, but it's now the Neuro-Visual Performance Institute, and they do eye therapy. Go check them out. I was an avid reader, avid tennis player, drive regularly, and initially I could do none of these things. And so my life just stopped. And that was not acceptable to me, and I figured it had to be something I could do. I said, I hear that the average time for this to maybe approve it's going to is 30 weeks. I said, if the average is 30 weeks, I'm going for the low number. And he said, not surprised to hear that, he said, because obviously you're an athlete, and he said, you got a better chance of finishing early. And I said, why is that? He said, because you'll do the exercises. I said, oh, I'll do the exercises. My question is, if I do them twice a day instead of once a day, will that work? He said, no harm to do it. I said, great, I'm going to do it. I did that, and I finished in 15 weeks. And I said, I now actually believe I see better than I did before because I was exercising the right eye as well as the left eye and coordinating them. And so by the time I got to the end of things, in week 12 I was already seeing well. We went 3 more weeks to make sure the neural pathways were secured. And I went back to driving and tennis and everything that I do. And now I'm playing in a state tennis tournament, this month. And it just kept improving. It's like nothing happened through November and December, but as soon as New Year came, all of a sudden, every week, something's better, something's better, something's better, something's clearer. And we just built on that. So obviously all my tennis buddies and all family and friends who saw me in the original condition said, what happened? And I told them the story and I said, this is an option that people have to do if they have some visual issues. And I had a lot of tennis buddies and friends come to me and say, tell me again where you went. What did you do? I didn't even know this existed. And I said, yeah, none of us knew of anyone who had a stroke that affected an eye. But also a lot of people weren't aware of the Neuro-Visual Performance Institute. And I said, Silver Sales, it's one of 5 in the state. It's the one closest to me. And look what it did for me. I said, if you have any eye issues you're concerned about, it's worth the money you would pay to go have them check you out. If they can't help you, they'll tell you and tell you what other options there are for you. But you gotta pursue your own health, claim it, and just give them a try.